a big warm welcome to anybody new joining my channel today. Now guys, I can't talk. I don't even know why I'm doing the voiceover because my mouth isn't working, and I've done this 3 times already. So let's just dive in. Guys, I'm using Moyra today, and this beautiful blue is called Balance. I love it. It is so pretty, and I just don't use it enough, so I think we need to pull this one out a little bit more. So what I'm doing is I'm popping it on the nail and I'm fading back that line so we don't get any shadowing with the ombre we're going to do, and then I'm going to do a full nail of it on the pointer finger. So I'm going to pop that bead down. Guys, Moyra is super pigmented. I mean, I've worked with acrylics and it took me a long time to find what I work best with. Now guys, everybody works differently, and trust me, once you find one that you love and that you can work with, stick with it. I mean, look at that, small bead covered the whole nail. Super pigmented, love it. Next I'm going to come in with Magic extension. Now this is a beautiful pinky nude with a shimmer that goes through it, so it's got like a glistening glitter in there. So I'm going to pop it in around the cuticle, make sure that's nice and neat, and then pull down the front of that bead. Now that blue would have set up, and this is how I do my ombres. I will pop down the darkest colour first, let that set up, and then go in with my second colour, which will be a bit light. It doesn't matter if it's black, white, pink, white, whatever. Always put the darker colour down first, followed by the lighter colour. So I'm just working that in, making sure I'm happy with that blend. I think I come in with a little bit more blue, just to touch, a teeny tiny bead, and feather that back, and then pull down that pink. Oh, somebody walked into my desk and knocked my phone. It actually knocked my phone off, so I do apologise for that wibbly wobbly bit there. Okay, so next I'm coming in with Magic extension, and I'm going to do 2 full nails, both the middle and the ring finger, with this. Pop down the bead, work it. I'm pointing it slightly down but not too much because then you can't see, but it still works. Brought it down, cover that nail all the way to the tip, make sure the sides are nice and neat. You'll see I always do that. Not quite enough on that tip there guys, so I will pop a small bead, work it back, pull it down, take off any excess, like voila. Pat and press it into shape. Less filing for me. Oh, anybody who watches my channel knows I'm not a great lover of filing, I'm afraid. I think it's so boring. And then what I'm going to do is do exactly the same on the middle finger. So I'll put that bead on, wipe my brush, then come in, and I always place the bead slightly forward of the cuticle area so that I can manoeuvre that into place, tuck it in all the way around, look, tuck it in, and then pull that bead down, patting and pressing as I work that acrylic. So I'm doing a full coverage of this Magic extension guys, so I will manoeuvre this down, add any more if I feel it needs it. Then guys, I am going to clear cap all of these nails. I'm using all of Moyra, Monomer, Clear, the Core Powder which is the Magic extension, and that beautiful blue which is Balance. File and buff them into shape, and then we're going to do some nail art. So today I'm going to do a little bit of hand painting for you, and I'm going to start with a butterfly on this middle nail. Now guys, with a butterfly, whatever I do on the left, I'm going to do on the right. So first of all, I'm going to do the big wings at the top. So again, I'm going to mirror image them, and then the bottom. My other half's just come up and he said, "Are you alright?" And I just says, I'm so tired. I says, I'm trying to voice over. I says, I can't even talk. And he's like, Trey, you know, I haven't slept very well all week. I've had a really lot on. It's just been one thing after another this week. It's just been one of them weeks. You know how you get it. And I don't know about you, but if something's on my mind, it's on my mind, whether I'm asleep or awake, and it interferes with things like that, you know. So, anyway, let's get back to this. So, I flash cured that, okay. Now, I am using Artisan gel paints from Nailchemy, guys, and my palette's at the side of me. I've got black, white and blue, and what I've done is I've mixed the blue with a touch of white to make a lighter shade. And, well, my point is, you don't have to go out and buy every colour of the spectrum, guys. Mix it, okay? So I've got the blue itself and I'm popping it at the bottom on all 4 wings. So I'm using my detailer brush for all of this. I'm not using anything else. And I'm going to work within the black lines. So I'm going to put the blue on, and then you'll see me, I do stroke, 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 one direction all the time. Now, my brush is flat as it's the middle of the body, and then I lift it up as it gets towards the edge of the wing. And the reason I'm going to do that is I am going to blend it with a lighter blue, and I want like a jagged edge. I'm not doing it smooth, okay? Now, I do zoom in a minute. You will see. So I'm going to do that on all 4 wings. So I put a bead at the bottom, and then I don't add any more. I'm just going to work that bead, and I'm going to go brush, 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 flick, flick, flick with my brush to get that look. I'm going to flash cure that, add a little bit of white to that blue, so it's the same blue, but I've made it lighter. And I'm going to go around the edge. I'm going with it in that black line, okay? I'm going to put the paint down, and then using the paint that's there, I'm not adding any more, I'm going to flick that from the edge of the wing into that blue, and that's how I'm going to get my faded look, from a darker blue into a lighter blue as it gets towards the edge of the wing. If I feel like that lighter blue takes over, I will come in with a little bit more of the darker blue and just work it, okay? So again, I go in with that small bead, look at the edge, I turn it round in a minute, I am going to zoom in, I promise, and then using the paint that's already there, I'm going to flick, 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 and blend it into that darker blue, keeping it within the parameters of this sketch that I've done with that black. Here we go. Right, zoom in. Here we go. So I'm going to flick, flick, flick with my brush. I'm not adding any more. I'm just going to use what's on there. Move on to the next bit. I'll pick up a teeny tiny bead, pop it there, look, you can see, and then I'm going to flick, 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 bring it down. Guys, I'm going to do this for all of it. When I've done all of the dark blue, I'll flash cure it. I'll do all of the light blue, flash cure it. Once I'm happy with that, I am going to fully cure that, okay, because that's a lot of gel paint that's on there. And while that's in the lamp, I'm going to clean my brush so that I can come in with the black Artisan gel paint, and I'm going to do the body. So I'm going to do like a bead for the main body, and then a little bead for its tail. I am not going to add any more gel paint. I'm going to use what's on there and flick it up for the antennas. Pop that in the lamp, full cure. Let's move on to the next nail. I'm trying to make this, oh yeah, sorry guys, I put in some like little lines for the wings. That's all I'm doing. I do that on all 4, then I'll full cure it. Sorry guys, I forgot about that. I am going to move on to the next nail, and we're going to do some roses. Now, I'm going to do 4, I think. I placed them randomly going down the nail, and I'm going to do crescent moons, okay? So I'm using the darker blue, and I'm going to put a bead on there and flick it round to the left, go back to the middle, flick it round to the right. So the middle will be a little bit thicker because that's where the bead is, and then I drag and pull it, lifting my brush as I do it, round to the left, go back to the middle. I'm not going to add any more gel paint at this stage, and then I'm going to drag it round to the right, and I'm using half moon shapes. That's it. And I'm going to do about 5 per rose. That's it. Put one at the middle, at the top, left, right, and the bottom. I will flash cure that, and then the lighter blue that I made for the butterfly, I'm actually going to use that on the rose, and I'm going to highlight those petals. Now, what I will tell you is, if you are highlighting a rose on the petals, do it on the outside of the petal, okay? I am going to show you in a minute. I'm going to flash cure that. I'm just faffing now, guys. You know what I'm like. So I'm going to use that pale blue, and just on the outside, I'm just going to flick my brush. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It's highlight, okay? And the less perfect is, the more effect it will have on the finished look, okay? So I'm going to do that on all of these petals. I'm just going to flick, flick, flick on the outside, and it will actually highlight and bring definition so you can see each petal. When it's finished, it looks so much better. It really, really does. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp. I'm going to give it a full cure, because again, there's a lot of gel on there, guys. It's alright flash curing while I'm working on it, but before I go on to the next step, I need to make sure that's fully cured, and that if I need to remove anything else going forward because I've made a mess of it, then that's what I'll do. So I'm coming in with a long striper brush. Now this is from Ink London, this one. It's got really, really long thin bristles, look at me, and it's great for making lines. So I've done that across the roses. I've also done it on the bottom of the butterfly nail. Now I'm coming in with a gel polish I've got. It's silver. Again, it is from Nailchemy, and I'm just going to put little beads of that on the grid of the background, and I'm going to put a little bit on the roses. I thought it might look nice. I'm going to do exactly the same on the butterfly. I'm going to add some dots of the silver, splash a little bit of silver on the butterfly itself. I'm going to fully cure that in the lamp, and then, guys, it's time for the top coat. I really do hope you've enjoyed our little nail play today. We have come towards the end of our video. If you have, would you mind taking a moment and hitting that thumbs up? And if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. Guys, please stay safe, and until next time, bye.